Should space exploration take priority over Earth conservation funding is a debate that raises ethical, scientific, and economic concerns about humanity's long-term priorities and responsibilities. Supporters of space exploration argue that investing in space travel, planetary research, and extraterrestrial colonization is crucial for the survival and advancement of humanity. They believe that space technology drives scientific innovation, fuels economic growth, and provides solutions to pressing global challenges, including climate change. Space agencies like NASA, ESA, and private companies such as SpaceX and Blue Origin have made significant strides toward exploring Mars, the Moon, and deep space. Proponents argue that colonizing other planets could serve as a backup plan for humanity, ensuring survival in case of catastrophic events like asteroid impacts or nuclear war. Scientific discoveries from space missions have contributed to Earth-based technologies, including improvements in weather forecasting, GPS, and satellite-based environmental monitoring. Remote sensing satellites help scientists track deforestation, ice melt, ocean temperatures, and carbon emissions, providing critical data for climate action. However, critics argue that spending billions on space exploration while Earth faces urgent environmental crises is a misallocation of resources. Climate change, biodiversity loss, pollution, and natural disasters threaten the planet's ecosystems and millions of lives, requiring immediate funding and intervention. Conservationists believe that governments and corporations should prioritize solving Earth's problems before expanding into space, focusing on sustainability and ecological restoration. Many ecosystems are at a tipping point, with coral reefs dying, forests disappearing, and species going extinct at an alarming rate. Some argue that developing clean energy, sustainable agriculture, and pollution reduction technologies should take precedence over interplanetary exploration. Critics point out that space programs are expensive, with missions costing billions, while many Earth conservation projects struggle for funding. For example, a single Mars mission costs several $billion, while some developing nations lack clean water, food security, and adequate disaster relief funding. Space exploration has historically been driven by geopolitical competition, rather than pure scientific curiosity or environmental responsibility. During the Cold War, the US and Soviet Union poured massive funds into space programs, while ignoring pressing social and environmental issues on Earth. Some question whether modern space programs are focused on human advancement or billionaire ambitions, with private companies profiting from government contracts. Advocates for conservation argue that Earth is the only known habitable planet, and protecting it should be humanity's primary goal. They warn that focusing on colonizing Mars or the Moon could lead to neglecting Earth's environmental crises, assuming that space is a long-term escape plan. Even if humans establish colonies on other planets, those environments will require artificial life support systems, while Earth provides everything naturally. Rather than spending vast sums on Mars colonization, critics suggest using that money to invest in renewable energy, ecosystem restoration, and carbon capture technologies. However, space exploration supporters argue that technological advancements from space research directly benefit environmental science and can help solve Earth's crises. For example, space-based solar power, asteroid mining, and advancements in water purification could reduce resource strain on Earth in the future. AI-driven planetary research and robotic exploration could lead to breakthroughs in sustainability, medicine, and alternative energy sources. Some argue that space exploration and Earth conservation do not have to be in conflict, as scientific progress in one field often benefits the other. Many space agencies already collaborate with environmental researchers, using satellites to track deforestation, weather patterns, and pollution levels. Climate scientists rely on space-based observations to monitor global temperatures, rising sea levels, and shifting ecosystems in real time. Space colonization supporters argue that multiplanetary expansion is the key to long-term human survival, especially as Earth faces increasing environmental instability. If space programs can develop self-sustaining habitats, those technologies could be adapted for climate resilience on Earth, such as vertical farming and closed-loop ecosystems. Critics counter that billions of people on Earth already struggle with food insecurity and water shortages, making planetary survival a more immediate concern. They argue that focusing on Earth's sustainability first would ensure that future generations even have the resources to consider space exploration at all. Some suggest that space funding should be tied to environmental commitments, requiring agencies and companies to invest in Earth conservation projects. If space missions generate profit through asteroid mining or technological innovations, some believe a percentage of those profits should go toward global conservation efforts. Governments must decide whether funding space programs now will lead to long-term benefits for humanity, or whether immediate conservation efforts are more critical. Balancing both priorities may be possible, with space exploration advancing in parallel with strong environmental policies and sustainable development goals. Ultimately, the debate is not just about funding but about humanity's vision for the future, whether we should focus on saving Earth or preparing for life beyond it. The real challenge is ensuring that both Earth conservation and space exploration receive adequate funding without sacrificing one for the other. If humans can invest in reaching other planets, they must also be willing to invest in protecting the only one we currently call home.